welcome to Stockbox here live from Resourcing Tommorow here in London. This is where it all happens. We were at the Minds and Money Connect earlier in the year, but Resourcing Tommorow is the big one. This is where everyone comes, and it's a very, very busy day today. This is the first day of everything that's going on here at London at the Business Design Centre. And from Stockbox's point of view, we're going to be here for the next 3 days, interviewing people, doing lots of live stuff as best as we can, talking to the different companies that are here, the different experts that are here. Just to name a few, we've got GoviX, who we talked to last time. We've got First Class Metals, who are regular on Stockbox. Renforth Resources are here. ECR Minerals, Mike Whitlow, aka Doc Holliday. I've met him for the first time earlier today, so I'll be getting an interview with him at some point. Panther Metals, Darren Hazelwood, and Geo Lian is here as well. I'm going to grab an interview, if I can, with Frank Gustra from Fior Group, a big investor in the mining and metals space. It'd be great to talk to him and get his insights on what's going on in the sector. And of course, I think GMET, Golden Metal Resources, and Fulcrum Metals are here as well. There's a lot going on. There are a lot of companies here. It's very busy. I've seen a lot of familiar faces. But let's have a bit of a walk of this floor. So this is the ground floor. There is another floor, and there are balconies as well. There are plenty of companies in this space. But you get a bit of a sense of what's going on. This is the immediate ground floor. Very open booths here that are going on. And the guys have all got meetings lined up. They're very busy. We're grabbing people where we can. But that's good. If they've got full diaries, it means that there's appetite for investment in the space and talking to potential investors or partners. So I want to talk to one of the first companies here. This is Quatro Metals. So hello. Good evening, good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Thank you very much for your time. So we've got Stuart and David here. So if I can just get a bit of an introduction to the company, first of all, what you're all about, sort of the elevator pitch, if you like.
Okay, yeah, so we're a gold copper mining company based out in the south of Ecuador. We've got 3 projects currently. We've got an exploratory project, which is based at around 3,500 meters. Hoping we're going to move into from tier 3 to tier 2 very shortly on that project. We've got a producing company, which we produce a nominal amount of gold and copper, and we're just launching into a placer project, an alluvial gold project, not far as well from in the same province. We represent the El Oro province, which is in Ecuador.
Okay, so it's gold and copper mostly. Why did copper gold? Why did you choose those 2 commodities?
Basically, the commodities are strongly available in Ecuador. I mean, if you look at Ecuador as a country, less than 8% has been exposed. And we sit right between Peru and Colombia. So we're ideally in the middle of the of where the gold and copper are produced. If you look at Peru, Peru's the 2nd largest country at the moment producing gold and copper. So we choose Ecuador. And as Stuart said, we've got some very, very exciting products in front of us.
So Ecuador, then, would you say it's an underexplored jurisdiction?
Yeah, so Ecuador, the actual national stats are 8%. We've only explored 8% of the actual country. There hasn't been a lot of commercialization in the past of Ecuador, and it sits, as David says, it sits between a highly commercialized Peru and a highly commercialized Colombia. Well, the Andes, cover the whole of Ecuador also, and the Andes copper belt's there, so we're right in the center of.
And what's it like as a place to do business in?
It's very good, to be honest with you. It's like you have to have connections in the right places. And the province that we're in, El Oro, Clemente Bravo is the prefectura. We have a good relationship with him and his office. So we're building more relations on a daily basis. We're a private company. We're not a stock exchange company. Stock exchange is something that we will be looking forward to and going on. It's in the development stages.
And what is your timeline for the stock exchange listing?
Within the next 2 years, we will be listed on the stock exchange. Yeah.
So just in terms of your projects, then you said you had one producing and others exploratory. So could you just give me an idea of just a high level of each of the projects, so sort of what stage they're at and what you're going to be doing as you go down that path to IPO?
Yeah, I mean, we have Pacha at Vista, which is 333 hectares. We've been producing that in small volumes, and we're gearing up to go larger with that. We have the Placer one, which Stuart has said we're currently doing exploration stages. That's a huge concession. That's actually 1,760 hectares, with about 600 hectares that we're able to mine. The other project that we're doing, which is a 335 project, which we're doing some exploration there at the moment, as Stuart said, we want to go into a small drill program. That currently is 150 hectares, and we're currently applying for around about 7,000 to 8,000 hectares around that is free space. And then there's some other companies, large companies below us on that particular area.
Great. And in terms of funding all these operations before you get to IPO, is that all taken care of?
Yeah, so we've got really good support from a group of investors that we've had for many years, for 15, 16 years, family offices, small family offices also, all around the globe really, the Middle East, Australia, America, and obviously here in London. So yeah.
You've got some rocks. I don't know if you're going to show me. It's not often, seeing rocks in. Yeah, it's good though, isn't it, to see some.
So these are from our project Pacha Vista. They're from the main tunnel. There's 6 separate samples from 4 separate veins, and they contain copper and gold in different areas. If you kind of hold that one, you'll see how heavy that one is.
Oh yeah, that's very heavy.
Yeah.
So we can see. Is it visible gold in here?
There is some visible gold, but you have to look really carefully. That's pyrite.
Okay.
You can see generally, but there is some copper overlay, and there is some free gold in there also. Yeah.
Okay. It's always nice when you see visible gold, isn't it, in a sample like that?
Yeah, for sure.
So in terms of just a final thought, then you've got sort of 2 years before you head towards that IPO. What exchange are you looking at?
AIM probably, or the ASX. So yeah, either in London or in Australia. We've got an Australian company that we have a relationship at the moment. So perhaps we might merge.
And what's the big goal? What's the ambition?
Just to make the project, into a fairly good project within the industry, and to take our place.
And obviously launch a drill program that we know is successful and producing good results, etc., in large areas.
So building shareholder value through luck and good planning in the exploration field.
Mainly good planning.
Mainly good planning. Yeah. Okay. What's your general thought on the sector at the moment? Have you got any sort of thoughts on the mining minerals sector, where things are standing?
Yeah, I mean, gold's holding its own at the moment. I mean, it's had its highest price. I think that gold is going to continue to grow. And we're very excited for the future of the mineral market. Very, very excited.
Great. Well, thank you both very much for your time today. Good luck with everything. Good luck with the next few days. And maybe we'll see you on Stopbox as you go down that IPO route. But thank you very much for your time today. So let's see if we can talk to some other people. That's an interesting company there. That's always nice to see a company that's in the pre-IPO stage, or pre-IPO stage, really. Something to sort of think about, choose the fat as they go down that route, and maybe it's something to consider in a few years' time. It could time quite well with the sector there. But I do just want to grab these guys for a moment. I know we spoke briefly before. So you're from the Department for Trade and Business, but it's sort of in the Asia region, is that right?
Yeah, so I'm actually here. I'm the responsible mining lead at the Department for Business and Trade, which is a UK government department focused on supporting business. But quite fortunate today that we have colleagues from the Eastern Europe and Central Asian region that have to stand here today. So they brought a delegation, a ministerial delegation and business delegation across to meet with UK representatives, suppliers in the mining industry, and so on. So it's been a great event so far.
So the guys over there, they're looking to engage with sort of governments and partnerships to encourage investment in mining in the Asia Pacific region.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. And are you working with the government, the British government?
Yes. So my role is to support UK companies that are involved in the mining value chain.
Okay.
From early stage junior companies, service providers, consultancy, engineering support, right up to the mining majors, the likes of Rio Tinto and Anglo American. So yeah, it's an exciting job, really. It's
exciting as well. I mean, what's the sort of attitude of I don't know if you can talk on behalf of the British government, but in terms of, we hear a lot about securing the supply chains of critical minerals and metals for the green economy, the green shift, trying to get away from, let's say, less friendly countries supplying those things. How much of a priority would you say that is in terms of the sort of the British government?
It's a huge priority. That's evidenced today by our Minister Ghani taking part in the morning session and presenting a keynote speech. So we have the UK government critical mineral strategy that came out in 2022. We had the refresh this year, so we're very focused on opening up the international markets for critical minerals, developing new supply chains, and doing that in the right way with high environmental standards, ESG standards. So yeah, very much a focus for the government.
Good, that's good to hear. Well, I do want to try and catch the minister at some point. I know he is doing a keynote, and I do want to, if I can get a comment or two from him. It's always good for investors in the space to know what attitudes of governments, particularly Western governments, are doing to encourage mining and securing that supply chain. Because it's very much at the forefront, I think, of lots of governments' minds. But thank you very much for your time today, and I'll pop back later on. Thank you very much. Well, that's good to hear, isn't it? That's someone from the British government there whose job is here really to engage with mining companies to work out any synergies between the government and mining companies to secure the supply chains. The Department for Asia and the Pacific are here as well, doing the same thing. So clearly, the governments are quite. It's very important for them to secure these supply chains. I know there's someone here from the US delegation. I couldn't talk to him. He was very busy, understandably. I tried to doorstop him, but I couldn't. He had to go. But the Minister for UK is here. I know there's a Minister from Ontario here as well. And there's also someone here from the European Union Commission. So if I can try and grab some of those guys, that would be very good as well. I do want to catch these guys if I can, but it looks like they might be busy. So if I can't grab them, we'll just go around a bit further. We'll walk past all of this area here. You can see this is all the media area. So you've got Mining IR, you've got Mining Network, Proactive Investors are here, CEO.ca, and Kitco Mining are here as well. So these guys are all here conducting interviews with company CEOs, sort of helping to get the message out around the world of all the different mining companies and investment opportunities that are out there. So, who did we want to speak to? Was it? They've got a meeting going on now, haven't they? And they've got some nice rocks to see as well. So we'll have to leave them for now. Maybe we can try and talk to. Are you here from US Gold Corp? Nice to meet you. Edward Kerr. Yeah. We exchanged an email from Stockbox. I'm glad I've managed to grab you. Yeah, I'm very good, thank you. Good. So nice to meet you. Yeah. So have you got a few minutes?
Sure.
Oh.
We got another meeting starting in 2 minutes. So
that's fine. 2 minutes is perfect.
All right, great.
So, give me the elevator pitch. Give me the 30-second elevator pitch of the company.
Love to. US Gold Corp, we're a US publicly traded company, symbols USAU on the NASDAQ. We've got a fantastic project in the state of Wyoming, and it is a gold copper project, moving it forward towards permitting right now. We expect to receive the permit first half of next year. It's a 1.44 million ounce proven reserve, looking at 10-year life of mine. We're going to produce 110,000 ounce a year gold copper equivalent. We'll produce a gold copper concentrate by flotation. The real key, $800 AISC. So the project comes right up to surface. We got some incredible high grade at surface, less than a 1-to-1 strip ratio over the life of mine. So gold today, you see, we're over $2,000. If it stays like that for the next 10 years, this project could throw off over $120 million a year free cash flow.
Fantastic. So it sounds like it's extremely advanced, but also a very valuable project. What's your current market cap at the moment?
Current market cap's only about $35 million US. We have 9.3 million shares outstanding. That's it. So very tight capital structure. Again, trade on the NASDAQ. There's no debt in the company. Solid cash balance of over $4 million US. So in really good shape to move this company and project forward.
And it's just the one project, the flagship project?
No, that's our development project. We also have 2 exploration projects and our exploration unicorn. I call it a unicorn. It's in Nevada on the Cortez Trend, right next to our next door neighbor, Barrick. So if you go look at them, they have a big, what they call the Cortez Hills complex. Cortez Hills, Pipeline, 4 Mile, ET Blue. These are big, huge deposits, very profitable. We have a project just about 10 miles south of them called Keystone, district scale exploration. We think it could be the next pipeline discovery.
Okay. So in terms of activities at the moment, where are you focused?
Really focused on Wyoming, focused on getting the permit, getting this permitted to production. And then our president and CEO, George B., he worked for Barrick for 17 years, put some of their biggest projects around the world, built them and managed them, put them into production. So we've got to raise the money. We'll put out a full bankable feasibility study next year, raise about $250 million to build the project, put it into production, and then use the cash flow to get the discovery in Nevada.
Indeed. Well, that sounds very good. So, your timeline, really, your focus is to get the project into production, get to BFS, that bankable feasibility study, raise the money you need to, and then get it into production.
Correct. As fast as we can.
As fast as you can. Great. And in terms of timeline, then, what we're looking at?
Realistically, in an ideal world, we're going to have the permit first half of next year. The bankable feasibility study is already done, so that'll be published mid-part of next year. We'll put together a process to raise the money. We already have a lot of the biggest groups in this industry in our data room, so we'll have that done by hopefully mid-part to third quarter next year. We start breaking ground on building the end of 2024. George B. tells me that he can build this facility in 12 to 18 months. So I think we're into production by the end of 2025.
Perfect. Okay. Well, I know you're very busy. I can see people waiting. If you've got meetings, do you need to go? Or if you got,
You can say hi to George.
Oh, hi, George. Hello. You are.
Our president and CEO.
President, you're live on Stopbox from Resourcing Tomorrow. Nice to meet you. Well, I got most of the information from Edward over there, but
he gave you the pitch.
Indeed, he did.
But looking forward to putting this into operation and moving this project forward.
So, in terms of your big hairy goal, then, what is it that's going to excite you and investors? Do you think?
Oh, well, look, at the moment, you perhaps heard of a Lassonde curve. We're at the base of a Lassonde curve.
Yeah.
We're just going to get our permit next year. That enables us to then complete the financing and move the project forward. And then it's all up from here. And we're in I think we're in a market where gold and copper are probably ascending, and that just helps us. We're very leveraged to the gold and copper price.
Well, that's a good point. I mean, I'd like to get your thoughts perhaps on the sector in general, because certainly from our point of view, well, the markets in general, we're seeing liquidity is a lot less than it was, a couple of years ago. Get the sense that people are kind of protecting their money a bit more. Money is perhaps more harder to come by. Your market cap, as you said,
35 million.
35 million. Yeah, you're looking to obviously raise 250. I mean, talking to Edward there about the project, it sounds like the project could be worth a lot more than the current market cap of the company, but it's when that value is reflected. So do you have any sort of thoughts on where things are in the sector generally?
Well, the sector's, in real rough shape. We're trading at 0.08 of our net present value on our key project. We don't get any valuation for the fantastic exploration opportunity. So that too will change. As you look at the returns on investment, safe investments, you're getting great returns. But really, when you start looking at our CK project coming into operation, producing over 100,000 ounces per year over a 10-year period as a start, we've also got some opportunities to more than double our revenue by putting to use some of our rock, which could be sold to a local market as aggregate. It's a really great opportunity. So, that's the key issue at the moment. De-risk, get the permit, then things will change. And normally it's not a typical market for a company like ours, where we've got 100 million ounces of gold reserves in P1 and P2 category, 248 million pounds of copper. We need copper. We need that safe haven gold, and we're on the cusp. And there aren't too many projects which are shovel ready these days in safe jurisdictions.
No, that's a very, very good point. And in terms of news flow to come, then you've got to get the permit. That's obviously a big milestone to come. Then it's going to be the bankable feasibility. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah. Look, we've done all the heavy lifting for our feasibility study. The reason why we haven't published it, we didn't want it to be stale dated with respect to the approval of the permit. The permit, we fully expect to have that in the first half of next year, maybe even the first quarter, and then we can, do the final work on the feasibility study raise that capital, and off we go.
And off you go. And in terms of getting to that stage, are you all funded to get to that stage?
Absolutely, yeah. No, we've got money in the bank. It sees us through our permitting, through our feasibility study. We've done all the heavy lifting. Our burn rate is not that great at the moment. So as a consequence, the next time that we're going to be raising capital is really for development.
Perfect. Well, thank you both very much for introducing the company. I hope you have a good few days here at Resourcing Tomorrow. And I'll pop back and say hello later on. But thank you very much for joining us just now. So there we go. That's US Gold Corp. I wanted to definitely talk to those guys. So I just need to think about the time here, because I know Frank Guster is available fairly soon. So I think we should probably make our way back up and see if we can grab Frank, because he'd be a great person to actually talk to. And we'll come back down and see what other people we can grab while we're here. But for now, stay tuned on Stopbox, and hopefully in a few minutes' time, we'll be live with Frank. But thank you. For now, stay tuned on Stopbox.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter, and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stopboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.